Hadley trial. Live team coverage tonight as Hadley's defense team works on their plan for his March 10th sentencing hearing. Today, his uncle and his grandparents were seen crying as the state attorney described how Hadley killed his parents brutally back in 2011. We begin our team coverage tonight with News Channel 5's Jon Shainman. John?
Well, Shannon, there were some fireworks in the courtroom today because this is really entering some uncharted legal territory. You know, Tyler Hadley not eligible for the death penalty in this case. And a few years ago, the U.S. Supreme Court had ruled that mandatory life without parole sentences for juveniles was considered cruel and unusual punishment. So, in the plea agreement that was signed today, it was written that a juvenile cannot get life without the possibility of parole unless he is found indistinguishable from an adult. And that will be one of the questions at the heart of next month's hearing. Tyler Hadley is now 20. In July of 2011, he was 17 when he was accused of killing his parents, Blake and Mary Jo, in their Port St. Lucie home.
Mr. Hadley is here before the court to take responsibility for his actions.
Wednesday, Public Defender Diamond Liddy and Assistant State Attorney Tom Backadall squared off over sentencing guidelines.
I think to talk about a term of years is a potential can of worms which could keep this case moving forever.
Backadall says the state will ask for 2 consecutive life sentences, meaning Hadley wouldn't be eligible for parole until he was 67 at the earliest.
Mr. Hadley, I have a written felony plea form. Have you read this agreement?
Yes, sir.
Have you discussed it with your attorney?
Yes, sir.
Have you signed it?
Yes, sir.
During the hour-long session, both Judge Robert Makeumson and the prosecution continually reminded Hadley what this change of plea means.
That he was waiving all of his rights, all of his access to a jury trial and to challenge my evidence.
After the hearing, Hadley's attorney said the decision today was all Tyler's.
Our client was very emotional. It was very difficult. This was a very, very difficult day for everyone.
That hearing is scheduled for March 10th. It could last actually into a second week. Now, Hadley was initially going to plead guilty by reason of by reason of insanity. That, of course, now off the table because we won't have a trial, even though we did learn today from the defense that an expert from Brown University will be called to testify during that mitigation hearing that Hadley was, in fact, insane. Well, much more coming up at 6 o'clock. We're live in Fort Pierce. Jon Shainman, WPTV, News Channel 5.